Good day to you, wherever you are. You know, when we hear the word presentation, most people get the jitters. Why? Because some of them get worried about getting on stage and speaking. They're scared to get on stage. They're nervous. Number two, most the others may not know how to put together a presentation properly. So today, I'm going to give you 6 vital points on how to structure and deliver your presentation. First of all, I must tell you that I'm not here to discuss um, about the technicalities of how to make slides, the technical side of it. But uh, I'm here to talk about the delivery and how to prepare yourself for that particular delivery. So, point number one, um, how do we begin a presentation? Most of us would come on stage. I have seen presenters come on stage and say, "Good day to you, ladies and gentlemen. It's nice to be here. It's nice to be part of this audience. I'm thankful to the person who invited me here." All that is very, very ordinary, very normal. So let's think about something that is out of the ordinary, to do something completely different to capture the audience. Now, how do we do that? There are 4 ways of doing it. Number one, get on stage. As you come on stage, break into a story. Now, this story should not be a joke. Don't start your presentations with jokes, because jokes are not very often jokes are not original. So if you start a conversation a presentation with a joke, your audience may think, "Oh, this is not original," and so is the guy who is presenting. He's not original either. So don't start your presentation with a joke, but you can come out with a story. The best way to come out with a story is something personal, not something that happened to somebody else. That could also be a duplicate. So something personal about yourself, and tell a story and make a point. That point should is what I call a foundational phrase, and that foundational phrase should be less than 10 words. So that foundational phrase is the thing that would carry throughout your uh, presentation. Based on that foundational phrase, you build your presentation around it. Right? Okay. Number two, you can ask a very hypothetical question, which sometimes the audience may not be able to answer. So much the better, because they will wonder, what the heck is this guy saying, and would want to know the meaning of that question. Until the end, keep them in suspense. Right. That's number two. Number three is, don't say anything at all. Just come on stage, just look at the audience. 15 seconds, if you can do that, they will be wondering, what is this guy doing? Keep them in suspense again. See, all these are this is called the hook. You hook the audience, okay, and they would want to be with you. And number 4 is the fourth way of beginning a presentation is with an activity. But I wouldn't really administer this at the beginning, because most of the time we don't have the right to ask them to do an activity at the beginning. But if you feel that the activity can be linked to your presentation, the subject of your presentation, then do it. Go ahead. That's number 1, beginning, how to begin. Number 2, after you begin, the number 2 is aim and objectives. Your aim. Now, what is your aim? Your aim, you have a target to give your audience something from your side. So you say at the during this presentation, my aim is to educate you on these points. But as you say that, the audience will want to know what they will get from you. So you have to make a promise that those are the objectives. Those are your objectives. So your objectives should be, at the end of this presentation or workshop or whatever it is, at the end of this amount of time, 30 minutes or 1 hour or 3 hours, you, the audience, you will receive the tools of, let's say, of how to be a good public speaker, or how to make a presentation, or how to engage in public relations, or whatever. So there you say you will pick up the tools or receive the tools. Pick up the tools is much better, because when you say tools, you see a picture. But if I say you will, I will share the strategies with you, strategies wouldn't have a picture. So tools will have a picture. So aim and objectives. Those objectives they will receive from you, they will pick up from you, those are the ones that they will take home. Right. Number 3, how to get to know your audience. You have to get to know your audience beforehand. Because once when you're there, if you don't know your audience, you are doing something blindly. So how do you get to know your audience? Maybe you can speak to the coordinators, find out what kind of audience you are going to address, or so much the better if you can speak to a few attendees beforehand and find out what they want. See, you have to find out what they want and take them to where they want to go. That's called the roadmap. So it is within the third point I'm talking about, how to get to know your audience. Number 4, the structure. Now, most of the time, most people do not have a proper structure. I will tell you how to build up a structure. Introduction. Introduction is like a bang. You go with a bang, tell them a story or whatever, one of those 4 that I told you. Then before you move into the first point, you transit to the first point. And during that, you have a transitional tease. Give them a transitional tease. You know what is a transitional tease? Have you seen, soap operas or teledramas? During a break, they give you a little bit of something that would happen in the next segment. That is the tease. They want you to sit there. Don't move out of your seat. Right? So that is a tease. So you can tease them into a transition. Use a transitional tease and then go to the next point. From there, when you move to the second point, also do a transitional tease. And again, do that, keep on doing that until you come to the closure. Before the closure, signal the closure. Recap on what you have been talking about, summarize, and then go into a closure tease. And then at the closure, you give them a lasting anchor. Right. So that they will remember everything that you said with one sentence, maybe. They will remember everything that you said during your presentation. Number 5 is a preparation. Now, most people wonder what preparation is. Preparation is make your slides. Make your slides. I'm not going to talk about how you make your slides. Then practice, write out your speech, write out the entire speech. Practice it as much as you can till you are confident that you'll be able to deliver. I sometimes practice a speech about 30 times. It's worth it. Right. So that is preparation. Then that's number 1. Number 2 in preparation segment is you go to the to ground zero and check out all the surroundings, where to fix your monitor, where to fix your multimedia projector, where you should have your podium, and what the seating arrangement should be. Right. So all that has to be done beforehand. And also on the day of the presentation, go there early and check out your sound system and technicalities, because if something goes wrong, you have to have a plan B so that you will be able to deliver with, let's say, for example, there is a power failure halfway through. You can't say, okay, let's wait till the power comes back. No, you have to continue with your presentation till the power comes back. So you have to have a plan B to carry on. So presentation, preparation is very, very important. Then we come to the closure. When we close, what do? We go through the entire summary of what we have given. Now today, I gave you the points of how to begin a presentation, aims and objectives, getting to know your audience, structure, preparation. And now, last but not least, we come to the closure. And when we come to the closure, you have to signal. Now, I told you that I'm closing up. So remember that when you close, always give them the gist of what you have been talking about so that they can take it home. Because during a 1 hour or 2 hour presentation or a workshop, they may not remember what you said at the beginning. They may, by the time you come to the end, maybe they have forgotten. Right. So give them the summary, and then when you close, remember that the point that we are talking about, which is called the foundational phrase, that is the lasting anchor. You have to bring it back in any form you like, and leave that with them for them to take home. And my friends, I would say, never ever thank your audience because they have got something from you. They should thank you, not the other way about. So you can say, Okay, another point before you end, you can have a question and answer segment where just before you close, you can uh, say, never say, "Are there any questions?" Never. You can say, "I will take your questions now," or "What questions do you have?" So after that, you can never say thank you, right? You can say have a good day, or you can say, let's say we were talking about public speaking. You can say, happy, go out there and speak your heart out, or happy public speaking, happy speaking, or whatever. So uh, do not end with a thank you very much for being here, as if to say, I have been learning something from you, so thank you very much. Now, you have given them something, so let them thank you. Okay, with that, and conclude, wish you a successful presentation when you get there. Bye for now.